morning, everyone. Today, in this session, we'll discuss about the Smith trigger circuit. In the previous session, we have already discussed about comparator circuit, and this Smith trigger circuit is also known as regenerative comparator, is an application of comparator circuit. The comparator circuit with positive feedback is called as Smith trigger. This is called regenerative circuit because in case of comparator circuit, your output used to cross threshold voltages, right? Your output was in the form of square wave and it used to saturate from positive to negative. But here we call this as regenerative circuit. That means your output will cross particular threshold voltages by itself and then it saturates. Hence, it is called as regenerative circuit. As I have already said you that it is a comparator circuit with positive feedback, that is Smith trigger. In this Smith trigger, there are two stable states. One is positive saturation and the next one is negative saturation. Hence, we call this kind of circuit as bistable circuit. Smith trigger circuit is also called as square wave generator. And one thing you have to remember in this Smith trigger, hysteresis is found. Hysteresis is very important. There are some advantages of this hysteresis. We shall see it later. Hysteresis is found in this Smith trigger circuit. Coming for the definition of Smith trigger, here in your Smith trigger, the output voltage changes its state when input voltage exceeds certain voltage level, that can be either upper threshold voltage VUT or else it can be lower threshold voltage VLT. Right? VUT, there are other name for upper threshold and lower threshold voltages also. You can call it as upper trip point or else VLT can be indicated it as lower trip point. There are two kinds of Smith trigger. One is inverting Smith trigger and the next one is non-inverting Smith trigger. In today's session, we'll study about inverting Smith trigger. This is a circuit diagram of inverting Smith trigger. It is called inverting Smith trigger because the input is applied for the inverting terminal. And observe here, we have taken the positive feedback for this inverting Smith trigger. Two resistors are used in the feedback network. And the voltage at this point, I call it as VF. VF indicates V reference voltage, or else you can call it as reference voltage, and the voltage available at this point is Vin. So if we take VD, VD will be the difference between two voltages. We can write it as VF minus Vin. This is about the circuit diagram of the Smith trigger. And this is inverting op amp, so we can write the output equation V0 as minus AOL into Vin. AOL indicates gain of the op amp, and Vin indicates the input voltage. Here there are two inputs. I mean, as we have taken feedback, there is some reference voltage Vf, hence this equation can be written as AOL into Vf minus Vin. This is the equation. And V0 can be written as AOL into Vd, where Vd indicates the difference between Vf minus Vin. And this equation can also be written in this form also. V naught is equal to AOL into minus Vin plus Vf. Minus Vin because the output of the Smith trigger, that is inverting Smith trigger, will be always in negative because the output will be 180-degree out of phase. Hence we can write it as minus Vin plus Vf. And coming for the next reference voltage equation Vf, see, observe here, there is a reference voltage Vf. This Vf can be written by considering the output voltage V0 into the resistors which are available in the feedback path. Hence, this equation can be written as V0 into this resistance R1 divided by R1 plus R2. In this manner, we'll write the output equation for V1. And there are two terms here, that is upper threshold voltage as well as lower threshold voltage. Upper threshold voltage means VUT and lower threshold voltage is nothing but VLT. Whenever we are considering upper threshold voltage VUT, that is the value of Vin, that is the value of Vin that forces the output to make the transition from positive saturation to negative saturation. For example, I have already said you in the comparator itself, it will always produce the output as square wave itself, right? Here V0 is equal to positive saturation, and I will assume the value of reference voltage as VUT, where VUT indicates upper threshold voltage. Hence, we'll replace the term Vf by VUT in the previous equation. Hence, the new equation becomes VUT is equal to, in place of Vf, in place of V naught, I'm writing it as positive saturation into R1 by R1 plus R2. Next, coming for lower threshold voltage VLT, see, V naught is represented by minus V saturation and Vf is represented by replaced by VLT. Hence, the new equation for VLT is minus V saturation into R1 by R1 plus R2. That is an equation. Now, coming for the working of Schmidt trigger, we'll assume initially the output voltage V naught is at positive saturation. If this is at V naught positive saturation, then this reference voltage which is present here will be at VUT. Positive saturation means it will be at VUT. Hence, you already know the equation for VUT. VUT will be equal to plus V saturation into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Whenever your V in increases more than that of VUT, I'm talking about this V in sinusoidal waveform which is applied here. Whenever your V in is greater than VUT, then the difference voltage VD will be always negative because we are taking the equation in this manner. Vf minus V in it is actually. If your V in is greater, then this will be in the negative. Hence, the output voltage V naught can be written as minus AOL into VD. In this case, the output voltage V naught is equal to minus V saturation because this is inverting. Hence, if we assume the output voltage V naught is equal to minus V saturation, the reference voltage will be equal to VLT. This is the second case. Whenever your reference voltage is equal to VLT, will replace V naught by negative V saturation. Hence, this equation is written in this manner. VLT is equal to negative saturation into R1 by R1 plus R2. Replacing R1 by R1 plus R2 as beta, this equation will be written as VLT is equal to minus beta into V saturation. Whenever your V in input voltage becomes greater than VLT, then your VD becomes negative because the equation is Vf minus V in it is. Hence, your VD becomes negative. The output equation can be written as V naught is equal to minus AOL into VD. You already know here V naught is equal to V saturation. Whenever your V naught is equal to V saturation, Vf is equal to VLT. And you observe here, whenever your V in becomes more than VLT, whenever your V in becomes more than VLT, then also your VD is negative. Hence, the output equation can be written as minus AOL into VD. Output voltage V naught is equal to plus V saturation and Vf is equal to VUT. The main thing here is we have to remember these conditions. It depends upon the VUT as well as VLT. Observe here, this is your sinusoidal wave, this is your V in, and there are two reference voltages here. This is one reference voltage and one more reference voltage is here, which are indicated by red line. VUT is here and this is VLT. VUT is positive and VLT is negative here. Now we have to draw the output waveform by referring to these conditions. You observe here from this point 0 to 1. From point 0 to 1, your V in is less than VUT. Whenever your V in is less than VUT, you observe the output voltage is in the positive saturation. You observe here the output voltage is in positive saturation only from point 0 to point 1. Beyond point 1, your input has been increased above VUT, and then till point 2 your output will be in the same saturation region. Whenever your input reaches VLT and it starts becoming more than VLT, in that case what happens we'll observe. Whenever your V in is greater than VLT, output is in negative saturation, hence it remains in negative saturation itself. Right. Next, from point 2, observe here your V in is increasing beyond VLT. Whenever your V in is above, sorry, here your V in is decreasing beyond VLT, at that point output will be equal to plus V saturation. Hence, there is a swing of the output from minus V saturation to plus V saturation. It remains in the same region till it reaches one more triggering point, that can be either upper or a slower. From point 2 to point 3, it will be in the same saturation region. Whenever it reaches point 3, again V in increases. Your V in is above VUT. Whenever your V in becomes more than VUT, it has to saturate to negative region. Hence, there is a swing of the output from positive saturation to negative saturation region. In this manner, the inverting Smith trigger works. And we'll see about the transfer characteristics here. The transfer characteristics are always drawn by taking V in the x-axis and V out in the y-axis. This graph we called it as hysteresis graph. Actually, you observe here by taking the same conditions which we saw initially in the previous slide, the same conditions have been applied to draw this transfer characteristic curve. Whenever V in is less than VUT, whenever the V in is less than VUT, your output is in positive saturation region. So observe here, whenever V in is less than VUT, it is in the positive saturation region. Hence, it is indicated by this line, and the arrow mark is towards right side. And whenever your V in exceeds more than that of UTP, here VUT is here. If your V in exceeds more than that of VUT, then it has to swing from positive saturation to negative. The swing of this positive to negative is indicated by this red straight line. Next, whenever the V in is greater than VLT, it will be in negative saturation region itself. Hence, minus V saturation is indicated by this yellow line toward arrow marks are towards left side. And whenever your V in becomes less than VLT, VLT is here. If your V in becomes less than that of this VLT, then your output will be always at the positive saturation region. Hence, now output is in negative saturation region, it has to swing to positive saturation region. In this manner, here you can draw the hysteresis graph, and even this graph can be also called as transfer characteristics. The region between VUT as well as VLT is called as dead band. And see here, there are two output voltages here. One is positive saturation voltage and negative saturation voltage. To write the equation of hysteresis, that is the voltage at hysteresis, can be written as VUT minus VLT. We already know the equation for VUT. VUT is V saturation into R1 divided by R1 plus R2, and VLT is minus V saturation into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. If we substitute the equations of VUT and VLT and simplify this, we'll get the final equation as VH, that is the voltage at hysteresis is equal to 2 times of V saturation into R1 by R1 plus R2. Next, hysteresis here, it occurs because the hysteresis occurs here because we are using some positive feedback in the comparator. And there are two transitions here. One is positive saturation and one more is negative saturation here. Due to this hysteresis, comparator output transition takes transition at two different points, that is from high to low as well as from low to high. There are some effects of this hysteresis for this Smith trigger circuit. The first one is noise immunity is improved. Because of this hysteresis, the noise immunity is improved in the Smith trigger circuit, and the response time reduces here. And the next third effect is the sensitivity of the circuit reduces as the circuit does not respond to the input voltage changes in red zone. False triggering due to noise is reduced. This was a disadvantage of the comparator, that is false triggering. This disadvantage is removed in case of Smith trigger. Here false triggering is not possible. In case of zero crossing detector or comparator, what happened is whenever your input crosses zero line, then there used to be the saturation of the voltages from positive to negative or else from negative to positive. That was the disadvantage of zero crossing detector. Even if the noise used to mix with the input signal, then also if the noise crosses the zero line also, there would be some saturation from positive to negative and negative to positive. That disadvantage is removed in case of Smith trigger. Coming for the advantages, there are many advantages of the Smith trigger. Here we are using positive feedback, hence the speed of the responses are increased. And do you remember, in case of positive feedback or the open loop gain of the op-amp is infinite. And due to this hysteresis, the chattering is reduced because the output does not change its output in the hysteresis range. I have already shown you the dead band. In that dead band, the output is not changed from positive to negative or negative to positive. Hence, the chattering problem is reduced here. And if we want to change the duty cycle of the square wave, because this Smith trigger we call it as square wave generator, if you want to change the duty cycle of the square wave, then we have to adjust the values of upper trip point as well as lower trip point, that is VUT and VLT. There is one disadvantage of Smith trigger, that is if we go on increasing the hysteresis, If we go on increasing the hysteresis, or if the hysteresis increases in the Smith trigger circuit, then the sensitivity of the circuit reduces. Sensitivity is inversely proportional to hysteresis here. That is a disadvantage. The disadvantage can be removed by two methods. The first one is, if we increase the value of V in, then VUT is a reference voltage that will not change, right? Output will not change at VLT. This is the first solution for that, and the second solution is to decrease the value of VLT. This VLT can be decreased, that is the reference voltage can be decreased. So whenever you decrease VLT, then the output will not change at the point VUT. That's it about inverting Smith trigger. If you have any doubts, you can contact me through the email ID. My email ID is nirosha.mh27@gmail.com.